The common insurance policy, that cryptic scroll of clauses, conditions, and codes that arrives in your inbox or mailbox, dense as a Shakespearean folio and twice as impenetrable. Let's be honest, for many, reading an insurance policy feels like deciphering ancient runes. It's long, it's littered with legalese, and when disaster strikes, you're often left wondering, wait, am I covered for this? In this video, we'll give you the clarity you deserve. You'll learn exactly how to read, interpret, and understand your insurance policy, so you can navigate the language, know your rights, and protect yourself without the guesswork. From the basics of what an insurance policy actually is, to the fine print of exclusions and benefits, we've got you covered. Let's start with a bit of honesty. Insurance policies aren't meant to be easy reading. They are written in precise legal language to avoid ambiguity. Unfortunately, that often makes them opaque to anyone without a law degree. They are incredibly detailed because they must account for dozens, sometimes hundreds, of different scenarios. They are packed with definitions and exceptions, which means even the simplest coverage can come with layers of complexity. Take a basic Hong Kong renter's insurance policy, for instance. You might think you're covered for water damage until you realize the source of the water matters. Was it a burst pipe, or did a fire cause damage to the water mains? If the policy defines it, your payout depends on those details. So, what is an insurance policy? Well, simply put, an insurance policy is a contract. It's a legally binding agreement between you, the policyholder, and your insurer, detailing what is and isn't covered and under what conditions. Whether it's home, auto, health, or life insurance, every policy has the same core structure. The declarations page. Detailed coverage sections. A list of exclusions and limitations. Definitions, rights, conditions, and procedures. Each party has responsibilities. You pay the premiums, the insurer agrees to pay out under qualifying events, provided you meet your obligations too. Let's break it down, starting with the declarations page. This is the opening chapter of your policy, and one of the most important. It includes your name and address, the type of coverage, the policy period, start and end date, and coverage amounts, as well as premiums and any deductibles. Think of it as your insurance passport, a quick reference guide to your protection. Then there is the coverage section. This is the heart of your policy. It outlines what events are covered: accidents, illness, theft, natural disasters, how much the insurer will pay, and any conditions attached to the coverage. Here's where policies start to diverge dramatically. For instance, health insurance policies often include inpatient, outpatient, maternity, mental health, and even global coverage components. These are clearly defined and often broken down by benefit limits, per-year caps, and network access. Contrast that with contingency insurance, like wedding or event insurance. These policies include bizarrely specific clauses: postponement due to adverse weather, vendor no-shows, or even a runaway bride. The language shifts dramatically, and understanding what type of insurance you're reading is key to understanding the policy. For example, health insurance will talk about pre-existing conditions, co-payments, and policy portability, while event insurance might mention force majeure, non-appearance, or venue non-availability. And finally, there will be the exclusions and limitations section of your policy. These are the booby traps. Every policy includes a section explaining what is not covered, and it's often the most skipped over part. Some common exclusions include self-inflicted injuries in health and life policies, damage from illegal activity in home and auto policies, acts of war, civil unrest, or terrorism, pre-existing medical conditions on most medical plans, and, importantly, late or non-disclosure of key information. Let's imagine this scenario. A man in Hong Kong once filed a claim for a burst water pipe that destroyed his hardwood floor, only to find out that wear and tear wasn't covered. The pipe had corroded over time due to his lack of upkeep, and thus was excluded as a maintenance-related issue. Don't let your policy surprise you. Read the exclusions like your claim depends on it, because in some cases it does. When you know what's in your insurance policy, it's then time to understand your benefits and rights. Let's flip the script. Insurance isn't just limits and loopholes. It's also about benefits and empowerment. Insurance gives you financial protection in case of unexpected events, peace of mind that your future won't be derailed by bad luck, and access to services you may not otherwise afford, such as private medical care. But more than that, you have rights. As a policyholder, you are entitled to file a claim, receive a clear explanation of coverage decisions, appeal a denied claim, access policy documents in full at any time, and consult with your broker or intermediary for clarification and support. You should use these rights. If your health claim is denied because of an unclear condition, you have the right to request a claims breakdown, question the decision, and, if you're working with a broker like CCW Global, have them fight on your behalf. It is critical to always remember that an insurance policy isn't a one-and-done document. It's a living contract that needs regular attention. If you're going to stay on top of your coverage, you're going to need some tips. Firstly, keep your policy organized and accessible. Store a digital copy in the cloud. Have a hard copy on hand. Then, ensure you are reviewing your coverage annually. Your life changes, and your policy should evolve with you. Next, make sure you are reporting life events, a new job, a baby, a move overseas. These can all affect your coverage needs and may mean you need supplemental protection. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't sit on a confusing clause. Your broker is there to translate, interpret, and advocate for you. Insurance is powerful, but only if you understand what you've bought. And too often, people only discover the truth when they try to claim. An insurance policy isn't just paperwork, it's a promise. A promise that if the worst happens, someone has your back. But like all promises, it's only as good as your understanding of it. So read it, question it, learn it. Know your coverage, your limits, your rights, and your responsibilities. Learn the difference between a deductible and a copay. Know the difference between a storm and a flood, between a postponement and a cancellation, between a coverage area and an exclusion zone. Because insurance isn't about avoiding risk, it's about mastering it. For more information about your insurance policy or to receive a free quote and compare your options, ask CCW Global, where your insurance is always swift, simple, and sorted.